Alright, what's going on, guys? Dr. Stephen James here to bring you another video. Today is my weekly review of this week's episode for The Walking Dead. It is called Warlords. And of course, spoiler warning, if you have not seen the episode yet, I mean, it's been out for a week, or two if you've, or two if you have AMC Plus. This was a weird one to review, which is why it's taken me such a long time to get my thoughts together and review the video. I guess to start with, we should talk about Maggie, who is in the car with Eli and Lydia, discussing why versus why they shouldn't take the deal from the Commonwealth. Lydia is tired of living a difficult life, just surviving, understandable, and she just wants more regularity, again, also understandable. And Maggie is still in the position of not accepting the deal because it will look like they need the Commonwealth's help, which they do, but they're getting by. She shared an experience of how her father was, Herschel was put into the position of taking a deal from another company in their farm, but they just let the goods sent to them rot as a show of strength to say that they don't need them. And they turned out to be right. And that's exactly what Maggie is doing. The only problem is, you gotta treat yourself sometime. Aside from what's going on there, that's pretty much where we leave. Oh, except the reason why they're out in the car is because previously, in the intro, Jesse, as we later find out his name is, was sent out to get help. Because for what we will get into later, like I said, this was a really weird one to process and go through because it was edited and formatted just like a Greg Nicotero episode. It wasn't directed by Greg Nicotero, but you could have fooled me had I not looked it up ahead of time. Lydia and a couple of archers guarding the gate stumbled upon Jesse, gave them a note, which we assumed was given by Aaron, but then later on we find out that it was given by none other than, wait for it, Negan, who has been taken in by the little apartment community that Aaron and Gabriel has been sent to, oh man, this is, like I said, this was a really weird one. They were sent supposedly to broker a deal similar to what the Commonwealth had prior to Alexandria. However, it turns out it was an infiltration the entire time, led by none other than, I can't remember his name, but the fact is, it was orchestrated by none other than Milton, who had recruited someone who went into retirement, and for good reason. He's like a he's like a badass assassin with like a governor-style temperament to him. I'm talking about Brian, not Milton. So this apartment's leader, who I knew I saw somewhere, I had a feeling that he was from the Terminator's franchise. I just didn't know it until the actor roster was gone over. He has been played by none other than Michael Biehn, who played Kyle Reese, not in Terminator Genisys, that was Jay Courtney. The original Kyle Reese, Michael Biehn. I thought that was really awesome, and I mean, he seems like an antagonist at first, but once you hear what now he and his group have been through, he's kind of like a season 3 Rick Grimes. How he scared a lot of people away with his icing them out and just being really angry all the time and keeping what little left they have. He even has a wall of trophies who were all sorts of bad people, rapists, thieves, etc. So, yeah, clearly he and his group have been through a lot. Although they seem like bad guys, I don't think that's fair because there are no bad guys in this show. There are just people trying to survive. And some people take it too far. He is not the only bad guy because, plot twist, this is where we find out that it was not a meeting for deals, but rather an infiltration. The reaction of Aaron and Gabriel when they see what he's done. Who, by the way, I have to say, the last time we saw someone this charismatic and smiley and creepy looking all at the same time, that person was Dante, and he turned out to be an insurgent for the Whisperers. So I kind of had a feeling that something was gonna happen with him. I was not prepared for what kind of double cross was about to happen. He has this guy tied up to a pole. He's being interrogated because the reason why Lance recruited him, I'm sorry, I called Lance Milton before. That was an honest mistake. The reason for that is because someone has been stealing shipments that Lance has been smuggling under Pamela's nose. And so obviously he needs to keep it under the books, but if shipments keep going missing and people in the convoy keep getting killed off, it's going to raise a lot of questions, and obviously Lance can't have that because it needs to stay under the books, which is why he recruited this guy. Which is why he pulled this guy out of retirement to figure out who's been stealing the shipments and put a stop to it by any means. And clearly he got the message of any means part. I mean, look at the way he's, look at what he's doing to these poor people on the roof who clearly haven't done anything wrong, but, I mean, there's clearly a reason why he's out of retirement. When he goes into militia mode, he goes way over the edge, no pun intended. I mean, after he shot his character, he kicked him a bunch of times, like a governor-style temper tantrum. And Michael Biehn himself said that he's used to being killed off because he's usually playing an antagonist, but as an actor's perspective, he feels like that is a real violation, kicking someone. I mean, being kicked after your character's been killed off. I mean, this was a really, really great episode. Like everywhere you turn, there is a plot twist, which I thought was really cool. I just wish they had... I just wish they made it a 2-part episode. The level of awesomeness in this episode is... It reminds me of the 2 episodes Morning Star and followed by that Walk With Me in season 10 it was. So when the credits started rolling, I was shocked. Like, oh, it's really over already? Because, it seemed like the show just got started. You're gonna close it off on the climax? Come on. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to next week's episode. Although, actually, I guess it's today because it is Sunday, so hopefully it won't be as weird to review like this one has, so it won't take so long. That's really all I have to say for now. If I had to rate this episode, I would give it a 9 out of, like a 9.8 out of 11. If they just continued from where they left off instead of just stopping right at the climax, it probably would have been a 10 out of 10 or 11 out of 11, but since that isn't the case, that's where it is, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you soon for the next one. As always, it's Dr. Stephen James. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.